Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Delta Press Conference at Hannover Messe 2023. It is our honor to be once again here at the world's largest industrial fair. We are happy to be once again here, and it's our pleasure to see all the old friends and new friends from the press, our customers, our partners to be here again with us. Today's press conference is also live streamed on LinkedIn, and I would like to extend our welcome to our audiences that's joining us online. Thank you for being here with us from all over the world. My name is Julie Wu from Delta Electronics EMEA region, and I will be your moderator for today. We are excited to share with you a lot of new information in today's press conference. We will start off by introducing our new brand value proposition and Delta's commitment towards a sustainable future. We will then go one step further to talk about the technology and sustainable leadership, which can help achieve the goal of carbon neutral future. Lastly, to echo to this year's Hannover Messe theme, we will talk about industrial transformation, and from Delta's view, what do we think about this topic? You will also have the chance to interact with our speakers in the Q&A session at the end, so please stay tuned. Without further ado, I would like to invite Mrs. Shanshan Guo, Chief Brand Officer from Delta Electronics, to give us the opening speech. Shanshan, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you. Guten Tag. I was hoping to greet you in German, but this is the only thing I can do. Please allow me to present in English. And I am Shanshan Guo, Chief Brand Officer of Delta, and also Vice Chairman of Delta Foundation. It's always a pleasure to fly in Hannover in springtime to see the fresh new greens and the flowers blossoming. Especially this year, after the pandemic, we're able to see many of people face to face, and of course, we welcome our audience online. And the pandemic has disrupted our life, but I'm happy to report that Delta has continued to grow, and I'll be able and happy to report to you the development and progress we made over the past 3 years. When I arrived yesterday at our booth, the most common topic of the conversation I met with my colleague was the price rise of energy, electricity bills. My colleague from Netherlands told me that the electricity bill of his household has risen 3 times than before, tripled. And my friend in France told me that this chart provided by IEA, where France is supposed to perform the best, he said this is a total underestimation. Things are much worse. And according to this report, EU consumer energy price inflation has risen nearly 40% in year 2022. This unprecedented price rise in energy and electricity has made energy saving not just a moral issue, it become a real impact to everyday life. And because of this dramatic rise, it has forced all governments to revive their policy in improving energy efficiencies. So in year 2022, there is an increase in investment to improve energy efficiency, an increase up to 16% to reach over US $560 billion in year 2022. However, it's still not enough. It's only half of the level to reach net zero goal. So there is still a lot need to be done. And if we look at another chart, what we have, the blue line there at the top, is when all countries in the world all implemented their national target of carbon emission, then we still will have a temperature rise of 2.8 degrees Celsius, which is still much higher than the 1.5 degrees Celsius we will hope to see by end of the century. So there is this huge gap that need to be filled in. Although net zero sound distant, we still have to search for the possible areas for carbon emission reduction and see where the potentials are. And this is the report issued by IPCC, a group of scientists from United Nations issued IPCC reports in AR6. We see that these top 4 areas have the most potential in carbon emission reduction, and they are energy, buildings, transport, and industry. The length of the bar represents the amount, the potential of carbon emission it can contribute. And the color shows the cost of the energy reduction, the carbon reduction. So the blue color is the lower cost, and the red color is higher cost. And I would just like to show this chart because these 4 areas, energy, buildings, transport, industry, are exactly the focuses of Delta's endeavors. So in the past 11 years, from 2010 to 2021, Delta's high-efficiency products and solutions have helped our customers to save electricity consumption up to nearly 36 billion kilowatt-hour, and that equals to carbon emission reduction of 19 million tons. That includes our products, server power, UPS, and etc. in many areas. But you may ask why we started so early. Delta was founded in year 1971. That was another energy crisis. In the 70s, maybe you're all too young to experience that. But in the 70s, there was a serious oil crisis and energy crisis globally. And our founder, Mr. Bruce Chen, founded Delta, and he realizes the importance of energy saving. So he set the corporate mission as to provide innovative, clean, and energy efficient solutions for a better tomorrow. And this has guided Delta for the past 52 years. Our founder, Mr. Bruce Chen, is now an 88-year-old man. He goes to the office every day, 8:30 in the morning, 5:30 going back home, still there. Although he retires from the corporate side, he's still the chairman of Delta Foundation, leading us to participate in a lot of ESG activities. And in the past 4 years during the pandemic, many businesses have facing severe challenges. And we're glad to report that Delta has continued to grow. Especially in the year 2022, we have earned a double-digit growth in revenue, and our revenue reached over 12 billion US dollars. And this was because we've been closely follow the global trends. And our business focus was focused on transportation, automation, and infrastructure. In transportation, we provide power components, power electronics, and power trans for e-mobility. And automation includes industrial and building automation, while infrastructure include ICT infrastructure and energy infrastructure. Today at the booth here, right here, right now, this is the booth where we're able to present you smart manufacturing, EV charging infrastructure, and building automation. You'll be able to see that. And I'm very proud to announce that we are our ultra-fast EV charger of 200 kilowatt has just passed the German certification, and it's a great milestone for us. In the recent years, Delta's product solutions have been closer to the end users, and that's why we see the trend and transformation of Delta brand from a pure industrial brand to also include a commercial brand, to move from component to system and solutions. And we hope that we can get closer to the customers, to understand people better, and of course, to serve our customer, to serve people better with higher values. Thus, to reflect the transformation of Delta brand, we have launched a set of new corporate identity, new CI, new colors. We've added aqua blue and grass green to the original Delta blue, as you can see at this booth. And we also re-examine the brand value proposition of Delta. From the internal discussion and market survey, we have defined the 3 keywords: intelligent, sustainable, connecting, as our new brand proposition, value proposition. They are Delta's current core competence. They are also our future commitment to our customers. To better illustrate the 3 keywords, I would like to show you a very short film so you understand what Delta is committing to realize an intelligent, sustainable, and connecting world. Yes, we choose Hannover Messe to be the very occasion to launch this new brand campaign. So this is the first day we release this film, and it shows that our commitment is exactly in line with our corporate mission to provide innovative, clean, and energy-efficient solutions for a better tomorrow. And this corporate mission not only leads the development of Delta technology, it also leads our ESG commitment as well. In addition to many climate actions, Delta also joined SBTI, Science-Based Target Initiative, to adopt a science-based carbon emission target. It's a target to achieve net zero in year 2050. And we started joining Women Business Initiative in year 2015 when we participated COP21 in Paris. And then in year 2017, Delta has passed the evaluation of SBTI. And Delta is actually the first Asian company in high-tech hardware manufacturing industry that has passed this evaluation. And in year 2021, we have already achieved a reduction of carbon intensity by 71% in our global operation. That is 4 years ahead of schedule. It was supposed to be done in year 2025, but we achieved that in year 2021 and with higher performance. In year 2021, we also joined RE100. It's a promise to use 100% of renewable energy in our global operation. And we even go further to commit carbon neutrality in year 2030 as well. And we also joined net zero standard. That was to echo UN's Race to Zero initiative. And these are the COP activities Delta Foundation has participated in the past years. We started in year 2009, and since then, we have hosted 16 side events in UN COP events. And I would like to highlight the year 2015 in Paris, COP21. Our founder, you see here, Mr. Bruce Chen, and our CEO, Mr. Ping Chen, and I, our founder hosted a side event, and Mr. Ping Chen and I were invited to speak at German Pavilion to share the experience and technology we have for green buildings. And we also had a booth in Grand Palais that year at an exhibition. And following that, in COP23, COP24, I was able to attend in Germany and Poland. And we actually attend each year at COP activities just to share Delta's technology and our experiences. Last year, COP27 was held in Egypt, and our team member was able to form a side event to partner with Spanish government officials to tackle the issue of climate resilience, to share the technology of storage, energy storage, so that islands will be able to have more resilient power supplies. At the same time, we presented at an action hub the ecological adaptation efforts we made. Delta Foundation has been working with NGO groups to restore coral reefs, which is a very important issue globally. So these are our participations in COP for the past years. From these commitments and efforts, we're awarded and recognized by several international world-class assessment group institutions. We're included in DJSI, Dow Jones Sustainability Index for the past 12 years. And the past 4 years in a row, we performed the best in ESG in the industry. And another index is CDP, Carbon Disclosure Project. Delta received an A grade last year in 2022. Last but not the least, the brand value of Delta. We have increased over the past 10 years and reached $426 million last year in 2022. So finally, in Europe, we're still moving forward. We just opened an office in Helmond, Netherlands last year, and we opened manufacturing sites in Hungary this year. So it's not just R&D. We're adding more, expanding more manufacturing capacity in Europe, hoping to serve our customers here and work together with our friends and customers to tackle the energy crisis issues and the looming climate change issues. Because for that issue, there's no difference between East and West. We're on the same planet, we're on the same globe. So we really do hope we can work together with our European partners in the future to realize an intelligent, sustainable, and connecting world. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Shanshan, for your fantastic opening speech. As Shanshan just mentioned, Delta is transforming from a pure industrial brand to include a commercial brand as well. And together, we look forward to working with our partners to realize an intelligent, sustainable, and connecting world. Echoing to our new brand value proposition in the EMEA market, we strive to be the provider of green and sustainable solutions. How do we establish ourselves to be the technology and sustainable leader in the market? I would now like to invite Mr. Dalip Sharma, President and General Manager of Delta Electronics EMEA region, to share some more on this topic. Dalip, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Judy. Heartily welcome to all by Delta Electronics, all the audience here as well as the online audience that we have today for this event. My colleague, Ms. Shanshan, just told us what Delta is doing to realize intelligent, sustainable, and connecting world. And I'll take it further to show you what we are doing in Europe on this direction. So, sustainability supported by technology leadership. Of course, it's the result of continuous investments into R&D since our inception. Delta has been investing over 8% of its global revenues into R&D efforts, nurturing over 10,000 R&D engineers worldwide. And also, as a result, we have a treasure of over 15,000 patents under our portfolio. Only in 2022, Delta was awarded with 1,070 patents in 1 year. And the testimony of that is Clarivate selected Delta as top 100 global innovators for year 2022 and 2023. So this is a commitment to keep pushing the technology ahead and keep ahead of the curve in bringing the best of energy-saving products to all of our customers worldwide. Continuing to our investments beyond R&D, we are also continuously investing in bringing those technologies closer to the consumers. What you can see on the left-hand side is a customer experience center, mainly for data center products. It's a 3 megawatt test facility for testing and validation of the data center solutions that we bring to our customers. This is one of a kind in Germany, and also quite broadly even in Europe. We also established industrial automation R&D in Helmand this year, in 2022, and this was another step closer to developing European products for the European market in the industrial automation area. And as Shanshan mentioned, we also have invested in a precision factory in Lipotski in Slovakia last year, and this is yet another investment to improve our manufacturing capabilities within Europe, closer to our customers. European megatrends, as you all know, we are working towards net zero future by 2050. So the key area of the megatrends that we observe in Europe, and it's heavily educated by the European Union, is energy transition. So when we talk about energy transition, we're talking about decarbonization, energy security, renewables, green hydrogen, and decentralization. Another one big trend that we see is 5G and data center. Due to the huge growth of data in the past years, there's an impetus on bringing all the data centers as green as possible, not only the cloud and co-location data centers, but also bringing the edge data centers, and most desired is the green edge data centers. We are talking about VR, AR, we are talking about blockchain and AI. These are some of the technologies that we see very prominent in the digital world today. Another area is e-mobility. We're talking about electrification, EV charging infrastructure, autonomous driving, and shared mobility. Industry 4.0 is another mega trend that's of interest, and especially this fair that we see today is mostly focused on this side, talking about industrial IoT, big data, and autonomous robots. And Delta is quite aligned with all these trends, helping to meet the European objectives with our technology leadership in these four segments: automation, automotive, ICT infrastructure, and smart energy infrastructure. You can also see some of these examples in the booths today. And as Shanshan already introduced to us, we are working hard to realize intelligent, sustainable, and a connecting world in every respect to move towards net zero and enable the net zero future as early as possible. On this booth, what you can see is we have areas clearly marked. On the rear side of the booth, you can see the intelligent products that are helping smart digital factories, enable them to move towards Industry 4.0. The area on the side here is for sustainability. Here we are displaying our EV charging infrastructure equipments, talking about the ultra-fast charging equipment, 200 kilowatt, even going to slim 100 kilowatt. And we also have displayed the skid solution of ECS and PCS together to manage the high peak demands. And on the area right on your left is the connecting products, mainly aimed at building automation, whether you call it sensors or easy fans, HVAC controllers, and so on and so forth, that you can also witness. For our online audience, we have a virtual tour on site that you can enjoy at any given time. Talking about the intelligent area, we are working hard with smart manufacturing solutions, enabling the heavy industry in European Union to move towards net zero future. And of course, when you talk about low carbon dioxide production, it is quite a lot of early investment upfront to enable a lot of decision processing with help of the real-time data. And what we are displaying on the rear side of the booth is some of these solutions that you can already see that can help the manufacturing sector to move towards real-time decision-making through digital and smart manufacturing processes. I'm happy to also share with you that we, Delta, enabled EV charging equipment. Last year, we crossed 2 million EV charging equipment shipped globally around the world. And all this equipment is going towards residential charging or public charging or fleet charging. So what you can see here is some of the examples of public charging with our CPO partners or fleet charging, and also we are providing EV equipment to EV manufacturers and dealership for enabling the EV electric car charging. And then we also have commercial solutions for larger depots and sites. And what you can see here is we are not only providing EV infrastructure, charging infrastructure, but also converting those sites to microgrids by installing a PV system together with our EV chargers or V2X bidirectional charging backup power solutions, clubbed together with the ESS or battery on site with the PCS and also Delta Grid charging system. So it converts the entire site into a microgrid, reducing your reliability on the real power and managing the peak loads, and also generating some of the local power using into the charging equipment. One of the examples that I love to show here is this building that you can see on the screen. It's our office in Netherlands, headquarters for the EMEA business. This building is about 35 years old, and we have converted this building to become a very efficient BREEAM certified building. We have about 16 AC and DC chargers on site in this building and 50 kilowatt PV installed on top, together with 293 kilowatt hour of battery and 100 kilowatt PCS. So what we do by combining all this is we are we are reducing our peak demand from 155 kilowatt down to 50 kilowatts. And that's helping us save about 16% of energy cost every month. And these kind of solutions, test solutions, are now further being deployed in larger sites. For example, our R&D center in Zost, Germany, our factories in Slovakia, Dubnica and Lipetsky, 2 sites, where we are installing much larger ESS systems together with PCS and PV installations to manage our factory loads or R&D center loads to fulfill our RE100 commitment, as Shanshan already shared with you, that we are committed to be 100% renewable electricity and carbon neutral by 2030 globally. But when it comes to EMEA, we are even aiming it much earlier than that. I'll share it with you in later slides. This is another example of integrated sustainable solutions. This is the new R&D Industrial Automation Office in Helmand, which was commissioned last year, and it has over 1,000 components from Delta and Delta subsidiary companies into energy management, building automation, and EV charging and smart parking solutions. No matter we talk about display lighting, command and control, management monitoring, and so forth. So over 1,000 smart components from Delta helping to make this building smarter, and also accredited, as a result, is also accredited with the LEEDs Gold as an energy efficient building. So this is one of the example. Another example, I already talked to you, this is a 35 years old building converted into BREEAM's Gold, highly energy efficient performance of this building, saving about 56% of energy consumption totally. And we have again integrated several components from Delta as a live demonstration that is not only possible in new buildings, but also retrofitting the old buildings to become, to improve the energy performance. And at the end, our commitment is to be RE100 by 2030 on a global level. And in EMEA, our goal is to even push the boundaries further. We want to achieve this landmark by 2025. And looking at our current performance, sorry, I missed that chart. Looking at the current performance, where are we? So by end of 2022, we were already 93% using renewable energy into our entire EMEA operations. And we hope that we can even achieve 100% by 2024, 1 year ahead of our internal goals. So that site is quite close to us. So hopefully by end of next year, we can already share with all of you that we achieved 1 year ahead 100% renewable energy-based operation in Europe. And as we are moving from an industrial brand to commercial brand, doing everything that we can do, of course, for the world, but we demonstrate this on ourselves first, and then we open to the world to use our products and solutions to make this world intelligent place. Of course, starting from Delta itself, we practice this ourselves to become an intelligent company with technology leadership, sustainable, working for carbon neutrality internally as Delta, and also providing those kind of solutions to our components to achieve the same goal, to our customers to achieve the same goal, and then connecting to our customers as close as we can. So, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dalip, for your informative speech. With our technology leadership, commitment to carbon neutrality, and our connections and investment to the local market, we offer clients the ideal solutions, and we invite you to stay after the press conference to visit our innovative solutions we have at the booth. As automation being one of the key focus we have in the EMEA market, when it comes to the topic of industrial automation, what is our view towards climate neutral production, and what is the future for smart manufacturing solutions we are looking at? I would now like to invite Mr. Rutger Sander, Head of Key Account Management of Industrial Automation Business Group, Delta Electronics EMEA region, to share with us our thoughts on this topic. Rutger, the stage is yours.
Ja, thank you, Judy. And a very warm welcome from my side. Oder auch in Deutsch, herzlich willkommen bei Delta. Und Kleine Anmerkung, sollten Fragen sein in Deutsch, gerne auch in Deutsch fragen. Ein bisschen kriege ich hin. Actually, frankly spoken, looking to the topic of this year's Hannover Messe and getting asked to prepare those presentation was very easy for me, because it's just a snapshot of our daily life that our engineers face. Our engineers are trained not only to look to the product level, they also are trained to look to the process chain of the customer. And if you look for a climate neutral production, there's always a discussion, is this a paradigm shift or is this just an easy transfer? So in reality, if you look to it, you see you have discussions about a long payback period time, require a lot of human resources, investment costs for sure. And on the other side, what we heard before, there are forces to the green direction, decarbonization, environmental protection, green marketing, and also resource shortages. Especially resource shortages we faced a lot the past years, right? So what we do, first of all, is what we consider as a very important topic is, finally we have the plant operator who is doing something. So everything in the chain needs to work together. We have the machine manufacturer as well as automotive manufacturer, like Delta Electronics. Only if those three stakeholders work very close together, it's possible to capture data. And data is one of the new oil for the future to learn what the process is doing. So if you don't have the data, how can you improve your processes? If you look into reality in the plants, you find a lot of things which can be improved, but it needs data. So, as I mentioned before, if we get the data and we work all together in this triangle, then we can improve the services to the factory. And I will explain step for step and give you some samples how we do this in Delta. Another view is, if you look for the traditional automation pyramid, if you look for the new one, we have new layers into it. We have the communication, network, factory, and also the enterprise. We need to care more about industrial automation. And what we find is, we have the data here. There are a lot of mechanisms like OPC UA and so on available to capture the data. But only if there is a capability to get to monetarization, to make value out of the data, get to the right product, then it brings benefit to the customers, and then it gets or find acceptance, which is a very important point. So also in those things we work very close to local associations like the VDMA and the ZVI together to consider all the local standards. And at the end, if you look to it, it's an implementation of an improvement of production processes. You see here on this one is a standard things. And then we have the smart assembly, logistics, analysis, and equipment. And all this comes together. And then we have automation, management, and the real-time monitoring and control. Essential is that you need a partner who can give you a kind of horizontal and vertical integration. So in Delta, we started very early to consider those facts, because we have been driven by the owner, Busheng, to always care the environment and the future. So we have the field level, like we have the sensors, we have the motor drives, and this one, so we know what is happening in the field, as well as the PLCs. We would call it as the brain of the automation, and now the communication layer. And on top is the software. And a lot of automation guys say nowadays machinery is very much fine-tuned. So the next level is really the software to tweak this point, and a very important thing to get more functionality in. So frankly spoken, this is not a paradigm shift to do this. It can be also seen as a simple transformation from the OT, operational technology, to the IT level, that we need to work more together in those things to find the conclusion. Well, as you can see it here, this is the production area, then we have the communication, application layer, and the database. And this will be the intention and the focus for the next and coming years to go to these things. If we conclude on this one, we not only have a vertical integration, like you see on the right side, we also need to care about the horizontal integration. So the partner for the automation industry need to have the capability and the intention to work together with the operator on the pre-production side and the post-production side. Only if you understand these processes, you can come to the real solution together, which is beneficial for the operator and which makes the product at the end more cost efficient and cost effective. Lots of things talked. Let's give some practice samples, because PowerPoint can tell always a lot, but how is reality behind? So how we look to it is, this is just a sample of a warehouse application. So we have different areas. Our engineering team, our field application engineers, they always care about all the different areas into this. And then we drill it down. And I want to give you another sample. If we look just for one single application, for instance here. So you see here we have our new product, the time on flight camera, very small, light design, very efficient. And this is the one, this is a core for your data, so you know what is going on. As well as if you look to the cabinet, the motor drives, if you think about how many data you can capture from a motor drive and improve your processes, how many units in reality might be oversized, over-designed, and you burn the energy. A lot of things you can improve together with the expert, working together on this one. So this is a thing how we look for the whole system and not only for one single product. Here's another data of a control room. So all that what we have seen before needs to be somewhere and needs to be visible that the people can do something with it, because what helps the best data, or what helps to collect a lot of data if you don't know what to do with it? So also here we provide the solutions and the right software package. So we are happy to work with the customers together to give them the right solution. And last but not least, at the end, it is a product, right? Because it's not just in the air, you need to have also a product. For instance, here we present our latest development, our VP3000. This is a capless design with high energy efficiency and also low harmonics. So it means we reduce the energy consumptions and the efficiency, so we make the efficiency higher, and we also reduce the harmonics, so we keep the power supply even more, let's say, clean. And if we go one step down, also to make it easy, you see, if you can look into the product, and a lot of people talk about conditioning, predictive maintenance, condition monitoring, and it's a very good sample if you look for a frequency drive, how we can do it. With all the data, and this is only a small snapshot, you can monitor the fan, the lifetime, the capacitor inside, the power module, and so on. And this helps really to do something before something happens and improve your overall efficiency. So it means the story here is really from top view, yeah, horizontal and vertical view, down to the real product level, and implement what we learn from the customer processes in the product, supporting you to make the world or your life easy and better. This is just a quick product samples here, how we also care about the young generation, yeah, because all the young generation, they like to have the apps, right? They like to have the fancy things. They learned it from the iPhone and other things, how to handle the things. This is quite normal for us, because we have young engineers developing the units, or we pull in young engineers also telling us what they need, what they want. So we need to care, we need to make sure that we include them in our product development. Just a sample of this. So they can have a kind of touch and play feeling, and very easy to capture the data and make conclusions out of it. If I summarize, first thing is stakeholders need to work close together to ensure that there is a trust level and define the data which needs to be captured and required. We need to take the whole process, horizontal and vertical, into consideration to come to a right conclusion. Exchange of the data, you see it also here, put it in the middle, is essential. Otherwise, there's no way to improve the product level or to go to other solutions. Ability to understand the whole production process, which is different to what we have nowadays in many companies, to only understand the product level or product regulations and norms. And I have to say, Delta, with its broad portfolio and understanding, is a good partner to work with to improve the production processes. Any further questions, I'm happy to answer. Otherwise, I would conclude with this, and happy to have you here. If you later want to have a quick look, just look for me, and I'm happy to show you more in detail. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Rutger, for your presentation. As Rutger mentioned, climate neutral production is not just a paradigm shift, but a transformation from OT to IT layer. With a broad portfolio from Delta, we can address a wide range of manufacturing process to support production and digitalization process. I believe after all of these informative presentations, there must be some questions from the audiences. So we will be entering the Q&A session now, and I would like to invite our audience to raise your questions. For our online audiences, if you want to raise questions, you can also simply do that by inputting your questions into the comment session, and we will do our best to reach to your questions. So I believe we have some questions from the online audience. We have one question here from our online audience. So this question is, what are you as Delta doing to make analysis of production data easier? I believe this question would be going to Rutger. So Rutger, can you help to answer?
I think I can take another hour to explain about this one. In short terms, it is to have the right products, otherwise you cannot capture anything, right? And on the other side, it's to build a trust level together with the client, which needs, and to secure the data. So this is also very important that we secure the data, and this is why we also work very early on cybersecurity systems and all the other required products needed to do this, to make sure that we can provide this for the client.
Thank you very much, Rutger. Do we have any audiences who would like to raise a question? And for our online audiences as well? If not, then I would like to thank once again Shanshan, Dalip, and Rutger for your fantastic presentation today. We'd like to sincerely invite our on-site audiences to stay afterwards to visit our booth and to explore the innovative solutions by yourself. For our online audiences, you can also explore our innovative solutions simply by visiting our event site, which you can also see the link on the screen right now. We will be ending today's press conference here. Thank you once again for your participation today. We wish you a pleasant afternoon and goodbye.